everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the twin flame journey as it relates to adventure. And I could not think of any more perfect cards for this reading to show up as it relates to adventure, because that's exactly what this twin flame journey is and what it can be. Dare to do things differently, manifest your travel dreams, move to a new location. There are all kinds of different layers on this twin flame journey, which you'll learn about as you go. But we're just going to keep it basic and simple today. And that is daring to do things differently. I think it was Einstein who said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And if you are here watching this video, congratulations, because you are trying something new. You took the road less traveled. You are daring to do things differently because you have tried literally everything else that you can think of to get over this person, to move on from this person, to forget about this person, to live your life without constantly thinking about this person in the back of your mind. And I love that as it relates to adventure, what Spirit specifically wants us to learn is this Five of Wands energy, which is about competition and internal conflict. And that is exactly what this adventure is. Because as we all know, the twin flame journey is about coming back to ourselves and being a whole person so that we can be successful in all of our future relationships and life in general. And this whole adventure / journey is a constant battle between your soul and your ego. And, you know, when, let's say you go on an adventure, you want to go hiking, for example, and you're hiking up this trail and then there is a fork in the road and you can go left, you can go right, you can go straight. There's multiple different ways that you are able to go. And let's say you always go to the left because the left is easy. It's what you know you've been doing. That's your ego. Let's say, you know, this time your soul is like, no, let's go to the right. Let's see what's over here on the right. And you go to the right and you try something differently. And you also find on this path that there are multiple other forks in the road where you can choose to make different decisions at any time that you want, which are either going to take you to a higher vibration or a lower vibration. And that's what this adventure really is, this journey, because it's not always going to be unicorns and rainbows and sunshine, and you're not going to figure it all out overnight. And that's the point, is we're supposed to take these different detours and different paths to learn everything that we need to know. And so that's why I love that the Empress came up here, because the Empress, as it relates to the twin flame journey, specifically this competition and internal conflict that we have, is the Empress is typically all about fertility. So typically every tarot card that we see her in, she is usually always pregnant of some sort. And the Empress is really all about having an idea, watching it grow, and then come to fruition. And that's kind of the whole point of this twin flame journey, right? It's about, while it's about us, you, yourself, and you, we've been given this person to mirror us. Hence this lover's card with the mirror. And they're supposed to show us all of our deepest, darkest, terrible wounds so that we can heal them and move on from them. But our motivation along the way is harmonious union or harmonious reunion with this person, our divine counterpart. And so when you first start off on this twin flame journey, you have this idea of, oh my gosh, this is a thing. there is such a thing as twin flames, and oh my gosh, we are perfect for each other. It's the ultimate love story. They're our ultimate soulmate, and we are going to end up with them in the end if we do all of these things, X, Y, and Z. And so there's your idea. You want this person, but then you have to grow, right? You have to expand. And so that's what this journey is all about. This adventure is you're growing this idea and you're following all of the breadcrumbs that Spirit gives you, where you can either choose to go left or you can choose to go right. So that ultimately this idea and thing that you've wanted can actually happen. And that's where it gets hard sometimes, because when we make this journey about our person, that's where we're going to get stuck. And that's where it's going to take us longer to find our way back to the actual path that we are supposed to be on, right? And so with this Lover's card, I also really love that this is here. And as we just talked about, this is a depiction specifically of this mermaid looking at herself in the mirror as if she's no longer in the ocean. She's on the other side. She's on land. She's there. And the grass is always greener, right? So she's figuring out and wanting, okay, what's the quickest way from, A to B? When really we're supposed to go on this adventure, and we're not supposed to go from A to B. We're supposed to go from A to C to J to B to D to whatever before we end up where we're ultimately supposed to be. Yet we have this person who we're using we're not using them. Spirit is using them as this incentive to get us to follow this path and to go on this adventure. And it is such a fun adventure, you guys. So this next card, which is perfect when it comes to adventure, the Mermaid Oracle, it's make a decision. Feeling stuck or indecisive, listen to your intuition and make a decision. So on this adventure, you're going to get all kinds of forks in the road, and you're going to have to really stop and listen to yourself and make a decision. Do I choose this path that is going to put me in a higher vibration, or do I choose this path that I've always done that's going to keep me in this lower vibration? So you really have to stop and ask yourself and make those choices as you move along. And sometimes those choices, it will get to a point where it's either you or it's them. And at some point when you let go of them, your divine counterpart, your twin flame, is really when you're going to start to see the magic. Because you have to find your way back to yourself before you can come back for this other person. So that's why it's really important that we stop and listen to our intuition before we make any kind of decisions. I have no idea why that song just came on. Maybe go listen to it. I love this butterfly card that came over. The butterflies are about transformation and change. So if we want to see real change and real transformation after we've been making all of these decisions, we really have to stop and get some rest, because this whole internal conflict between your ego and your soul is really going to wear you out, especially once your soul starts to win. Because things are going to get better and better, and they're going to get cooler and cooler as you move along your path of awakening and expansion and ascension, that you're just going to want to keep going. You're like hungry for all things spiritual. And we have to remember to stop and get some rest, because we have to take care of our meat suits that we've been given, because these are our vessels. These are the things that are going to help us fulfill our life's purpose, whatever that may be. So that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. Follow me on Instagram. I put my username down below, as well as the decks that I've used, as well as a link to my website if you would like a personal reading or guidance session, whatever you want. Feel free to check it out. And until next time, we'll see ya.